turn on your notification bell. You will still get those information you are looking for.
U.S. court fixes date for sentencing of the former manager of Springfield Aviation Company LLC, owned by the AP's founder, Mr. Alen Onyema. So the United States Court has set October 28 for sentencing of Ebony Mayfield. They said she is a co-conspirator in the alleged $20 million fraud involving the founder of AP's Alen Onyema. Well, Ms. Mayfield has been accused of helping Mr. Onyema to sign fake documents to facilitate a fraudulent $20 million loan, which they said she had earlier pleaded guilty to the charge on 29th June. So the trial judge, Eliana Rose, of the District Court of the Northern District of Georgia in Atlanta, has fixed the 28th day of October for the hearing or for the sentencing, I beg your pardon. And so the fraud allegation, they said, was spearheaded by Mr. Onyema and allegedly perpetrated under the guise of obtaining credit to buy aircraft for APs. So Ms. Mayfield was accused of helping Mr. Onyema to facilitate this $20 million bank loan between May 2016 and February 2018, when she was working as the manager for the Springfield Aviation Company LLC, which is owned by Mr. Alen Onyema. So the prosecutors has accused her, Ms. Mayfield, of signing and submitting false documents used by Mr. Onyema to perpetrate the alleged bank fraud in the U.S. So Mr. Onyema and AP's Limited's head of administration as well and finance, Ejirogene Ejaya, also faces 36 charges at the U.S. court in connection with the alleged fraudulent loan scheme. So, but they are yet to show up or send a lawyer to represent them in court. That's what the report says. So, but Mayfield, who was arrested on 7th June 2019 for these roles in this fraudulent loan, as they say, had previously pleaded not guilty to all 8 charges filed against her in December 2019. But weeks before the trial date, she changed her plea from not guilty to guilty when she appeared before the trial judge on 29 June to plead guilty. You understand? And now Ms. Mayfield pleaded guilty to one of the 8 counts filed against her by the U.S. government. So that is it. But a copy of the plea agreement she and her lawyer signed with the U.S. prosecutor shows that she specifically pleaded guilty to count 5, which is a conspiracy to commit credit application fraud. So she risks up to 5 years of jail term based on the plea agreement. 5 years imprisonment is the maximum jail term provided for in Title 18 United States Code Section 371, under which she was charged with the offense in count 5. So, but aside from the risk of a maximum year's jail term, she faces the plea agreement also recommends that she be fined $250,000 or twice the gain or twice the loss, whichever is greatest. So, but now the plea agreement also recommends the forfeiture of any and all proceeds from the commission of the offense and any and all property used or intended to be used to facilitate the offense. She also, by pleading guilty, gave up the right to plead not guilty, the right to be tried by a jury, and the right to appeal against her conviction. So that is it. But between November 2016 and October 2017, the prosecutor said that Mr. Onyema applied for export letters of credit to causing the transfer of funds from a Nigerian bank account for APs to Springfield Aviation bank account. Now, this fund is purportedly to purchase of aircraft by APs from Springfield Aviation. So now both the APs, which purportedly seeking to buy the aircraft, and the Springfield Aviation, the seller, belong to Mr. Onyema. You are alright. Now, Springfield Aviation, according to the court documents, was established by Mr. Onyema in the U.S. state of Georgia, April 2016, to specialize in the wholesaling, trading, and sale of commercial aircraft and parts. But the U.S. government says Ms. Mayfield was recruited as a manager of Springfield Aviation with the role of entering into aviation-related contracts on behalf of the firm despite her lack of education, training, or licensing in the review and evaluation of aircraft, including aircraft components. So the charge against the defendant says the aircraft that was referenced in each of the export letters of credit provided to obtain the $20 million credit from a Nigerian bank was never owned or sold by Springfield Aviation. So that is the statement, and that is what the court is saying, the U.S. court, about the airpiece, Alen Onyema. Alen Onyema has been doing wonderfully well in this country, Nigeria, and the government of Muhammad Buhari has been using him, so he has been working for these people, this Fulani government, of course. And so, but from all indications, this sentencing is not for him. He will not be sentencing. Rather, the person that they have alleged to be the co-conspirator, who is in the U.S., Miss Ebony Mayfield. All right, but what we are talking about here is that the man did not commit, fraud in the sense that he, did, internet frauds, or he actually went to the bank and defrauded the bank, but rather the loan did not follow due process. That's all. The loan he obtained did not follow due process. This thing in Nigeria, they are doing it every day. People in government are doing it. The Dangotes, that's what they are into. They are doing this thing, more than 50 times. Talking about Nigerian businessmen who are working with the government. They go to the bank, they obtain loan fraudulently. That is it. And nobody is talking anything about them. They are going scot-free. In Nigeria, this is no crime. This is no crime. But this is the United States of America. And that is why, because they say he did not follow due process to obtain the loan. That's all. So, but he is not facing this criminal prosecution or sentencing, rather. His former manager at the Springfield Aviation in the United States. So that is it. But we do believe that Mr. Alen Onyema will come out clean in all this. He will be extricated. He's doing wonderfully well in this country. He's helping, people. When Nigerians were stranded in South Africa, doing xenophobia, we know what he did. He sent his aircraft free of charge to take back our own people back home in this country. So people like this should be encouraged, not to be maligned.